What's
hey
happening?
guys.
No, like
You know, we never say the same thing.
Let's
You know,
at the
we
same
say
time just come in and go, hey party people.
Okay, I don't say that. We are back.
Hey, what's up?
You know what time it is.
Cheers. It's-
Time for another video.
This video is fun.
No, it's not. You guys have been asking day after day after day.
Losing sleep about it.
And guess what we're talking about today? It's going to be what?
The breakup.
Part 3.
Part 3 of how we
dating
met.
story. How we met.
Yeah. DJ Clue.
Yeah. So where we leave off last time?
But for real, do y'all remember those songs? Right, y'all. It's part 3.
Part 3.
The breakup.
Breakup. Where we left off.
Yeah, where we left off, we broke up.
Yes, we started dating. It was going good, you know, hanging out.
January to about
music playing.
music, birds
Yeah.
that chirping, my heart was a fluttering, and
Yeah, we had some really cool dates. Hanging out more, good
we even
conversation.
flew to California, Los Angeles. He
Yep.
met all my family.
Yep.
Went to my grandma's 80th
80th
birthday. Experienced just
Yeah.
a lot of Mexican people in one vicinity.
Yes. And good food too. So
And really good
life
food.
was really good. It was looking good. I was
Correct.
feeling good.
Feeling good. And then here's what happened, y'all. The enemy
Yep.
of doubt, confusion started making its way into my heart. And if you guys have been following for a while, you have probably watched some of our interracial dating stories, and you know the obstacles that we have faced.
If you haven't, go watch it.
And if you want a little back, because we're not going to go into full
No, we're not
story
gonna
right
go all
now, that was one of the reasons, one of the obstacles that came about of breaking up was just a disapproval
Yep.
from my parents.
Opposition.
Opposition. And really I felt kind of a pressure. I'm trying to think. Okay, I was 30 years old and just not really had experience. I mean, I am a bold person at the time was, but I'm such a people pleaser.
Yeah.
To what my parents said. Like, I wanted my parents' approval so bad, like so bad, that when I'm trying to enjoy this new fresh relationship with Bedrick,
Yep.
and getting bombarded and pressured to break up with him.
They had different views. Like, they didn't really know me as well as Jacqueline knew me. And I'm this guy, just coming. I'm from a different country. I'm from the Bahamas. They don't know my history, my background.
You had a lobster boat.
She always says a joke, I had a lobster boat, but that's not it. And there's other aspects at play, right? Obviously, we're an interracial couple. I'm African American, or African Caribbean, as I say. I'm Afro Caribbean. She's not.
Let me just say, this is what I feel happened.
What
okay?
happened? Tell us what happened. And I'll say my perspective.
I think there was some hurting people.
Yes.
One.
Yes.
Two, I think it was, as parents, you can lock in on this vision you have, and you're so locked in that anybody that does not fit that,
exactly,
they out.
Yeah, no one's good
Like,
for no one's good enough for your daughter.
No one is good. And then, like we said in other videos, just some deep-rooted fears that were in my parents, and being Frederick, who is a fine chocolate man. oh.
My melanin was pop, just like that.
It actually was a little bit like confusing to me, because when they met Frederick, they were all about him, and so it wasn't till like 5 months later, and that's why I think it was something planted by the enemy, because the enemy does not know where you're going, but he has a hint of your destiny.
Absolutely.
And what I've learned,
and he can sense destiny,
and he can smell it.
Yeah.
And why do I keep doing the preacher voice? I'm just gonna stop. But I think when, sometimes as Christians, we're taught that it's going to be rosy and beautiful and this and that and no pain and no nothing. So when something starts going wild, you think, oh my gosh, this must not be the right person. Like, my parents aren't for him. I'm like experiencing high anxiety, like I've never experienced it. God, I must be out of your will. And I was at a time where I'm like, I just want to please the Lord. I don't want to be. I just don't want to be.
You don't get struck down by lightning.
I don't want to get struck, Lord. And really didn't realize I was about to walk through a time of hearing God's voice for myself. And I didn't realize how much I leaned on what I deemed more spiritual people to tell me which direction to go, because I trusted so many people in this area and let them kind of lord things over me and control and manipulate situations.
And of course, God won't talk to someone else more than he'll talk to you about yourself.
That is true.
So that's always key.
That is true. So anyway,
what were you feeling in this time?
That got deep. Now we'll come back up.
But what were you feeling in this time? Like, I know you said you had all this pressure on you.
I just felt like, I don't know, like I have struggled with anxiety since I was like 24. And when things get too, I just am like, I need an escape.
Yeah.
You the problem. So now I'm like,
eliminate problem.
Eliminate problem.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't know what to do. Like, I didn't want to be wrong. I want to make the right decision. I was just in a state of high confusion, which the enemy loves. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm gonna break up with this guy. And the funny thing is, when I decided to do it, it was so dramatic because you're like thinking about it for like weeks. And you have no idea. Actually, we went on a trip, another trip to Savannah, Georgia.
To Savannah for my sister's graduation. I'm like, this is going good because she met a lot of my family on that trip. Aunts, uncles. She met my grandma. I met her grandma. So my dad, my parents, my sisters were there. Like she stayed in the same room as my little sister, so they were already bonding or attempting to bond, just randomly straight up like that. But then, so I'm thinking it's going great. Like, this is great. The trip is great. Everything is great. And
like, you had no thoughts that I would
that I would get broken up with. I mean, come on, like. You go on a trip together. I was like, this is great. She's meeting my family. My family loves her. They're accepting her. It's like open
his
arms.
Family is so great.
Like
they're
instant.
so loving, so welcoming. Nothing crazy. Like,
I thought they would be crazy. I got a crazy family, but I thought they would be crazy.
Don't have a crazy family.
Oh, see, give it time.
Come over. Let me tell you, 5,000 hours of crazy.
Give it time. So so I didn't think you were breaking up with me after that trip. I thought we were smooth sailing. Honestly.
On the mode. This is what's so funny. You can be in something and someone's like, "Oh, we were having the time of our life."
Yeah.
And I'm over there like, literally, Lord, if you don't get this guy away from me, like I was literally trying to sabotage it. I think girls do that. Like when they're confused. They're already in their mind sabotaging. So like everything he did, I was like,
like you were looking for some little thing to nitpick or something to give you a reason why you didn't need to be with me.
Yeah, like do you remember when we were flying back and our seat, we got two separate rows. Yeah. Like I was way in the front and he was way in the back. Yeah. And I was like, Lord, whew. Like, I'm about to break up with this guy. Like, do you even know any of this?
No, this is all news to me. I'm like, please continue. Because I don't know any of this.
Like, I'm about to break up with this guy.
On the plane?
No, I'm not going to break up with you on the plane. I was just already thinking about my plan when I got home.
Okay.
And because it was coming up to your birthday was coming up. I was like, I can't go through this birthday because I can't be fake. So I've got to do this before his birthday.
Before his birthday.
But then on the plane, I was like, whew. We do not have to sit together. And then you were in the front like,
I made it happen.
You're like, I'm going to ask old lady if she can switch. And I'm like, please, Lord, no.
And you know what happened? She switched so suddenly, so nicely. She didn't even have a project. Oh, yes, absolutely.
I know, you're like, look at us.
I'm like, look at this. Look at God just making this happen for us to be together. Like, see? Meant to be.
I'm about to crush him. Yeah. I'm one of those people that if I kind of like reach the tipping point, I must take action. Okay. Like,
and how did you take action?
In the worst way ever. So
tell let's share that.
I got home and I told my sister we were living together and I said, I'm breaking up with him
Get my tissues ready.
And I was already a hot mess express, very emotional. Yep. And she's like, I would not do it today. You're super emotional. I'm sure I had gotten in a fight with my mom about the relationship. Yep. So I was like super heated. And here's the deal. We lived down the street from each other. Yep. I marched my butt to his apartment.
Yep.
This actually makes me so...
No.
It makes me so sad.
Tell the story.
Okay.
Tell the story.
I'm going to cry because I'm pregnant. Oh my gosh. I'm actually going to cry because I just think, gosh. Man,
what if?
What if you had never given me a chance?
Yeah.
Anyways, went in there, just told him my heart, told him my thoughts, and I feel like you might have been real shocked.
Well, I was shocked seeing as kind of happened on my birthday.
No, it didn't happen on your birthday.
Okay, the day before my birthday or 2 days before my birthday, whatever. That's close enough to be considered on my birthday. So I'm like, man, getting ready for my birthday. We're celebrate. Like, yeah, what are we gonna do for my birthday together? This probably was this our first birthday? My first birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah. First time I celebrating my birthday with her. It's like, yeah. And I come to find out the bomb. She came in and dropped the bomb on me.
Very savage-like. So then he did what on the couch, though?
Oh, yeah. I shed a few from my homies.
Yo, he cried so hard.
Okay, it wasn't a Kim Kardashian ugly cry, but I did shed tears, and I was like, what is happening? No, it wasn't all that. But I did cry. And for me, that's humongous for me to shed tears for anything or anybody because I'm not a crier. Sometimes I struggle to feel emotions at times. I have low empathy, all that good stuff. And the fact that tears were coming out when we started talking about it, and she was crying too. Y'all don't think she just came in there like
I was crying.
Like she was like,
I was crying before I even got there.
Yeah, you were crying. Yeah, you was in Tomb Raider busting up in there.
Tomb Raider.
You are very Tomb Raider-ish today. By the way, we broke up and then she left, and I was sitting there on my couch like, what just happened? And I've never done that for any girl before, so I was confused.
Has a heart. So when I break up with a guy, you done. You done, homie. You done. The next day, y'all, I cried for one whole day in my bed. I called in sick from work because I was just devastated. I was like, what did I do? And then I was just, this would go on for like a process of just being mad because I remember even like friends and family, like the next day was somebody's celebration for something or the next week. Everybody gathered like no big deal. Oh, cool, you lost your boyfriend.
And everybody was booed up except you.
Everybody was booed up except me.
So she really started thinking about your boy then.
Right. So we did like 2 weeks.
Yeah, we did 2 weeks.
Cold turkey, not talking.
No, we didn't talk. We didn't communicate.
I went in and deleted every text and picture that was.
You did that? Wow.
I
left them bad boys just sitting there. Mine is still in there.
I was like, I don't know. I think if I feel like also like, Lord, is this what you want me to do? And then I'm thinking he wants me to do it, which now I look back, I'm like, no, I'm probably not doing it. I just want to be like rid of every
So you tried
remnant.
to shed every ounce of evidence that you dated me in that time. Okay. So in the
you
next 2 weeks.
We're dead to me.
Yeah. So she thinks.
I like how I blame.
It's
like I'm acting like he did something to me, and he didn't.
And just to be clear, guys, she broke up with me not off anything that I did, not off how I treated her, not off anything I said, or it had nothing to do with me. It just had to do with just how she was feeling, the pressure and all that stuff, just weighing down and pressing down on her.
I assumed there was no future with you.
2 to 3 weeks, I think we started exchanging maybe like one text every like 6
like you
or 7
definitely
days.
Reached out first.
I reached out a couple times.
Oh my gosh, what a good man.
During this time I was thinking, obviously we wasn't talking as much, and I was talking to people about it. I was talking to God about it, praying. I was like, what is happening? I just don't understand why this is happening. And during this whole time that we were broken up, I felt like, the Lord was telling me like, that's your wife. And she was telling me the opposite. Like, we need to be apart. She was pushing me away, like say, maybe we need to spend some time away from each other. Let's not talk. Let's not see each other. Let's not do anything. Like she was doing
1 month.
Yeah, 1 month no talking, and then I don't know. 2 months talking, I don't know. So this time I had to get real with the Lord and say, Lord, either I'm crazy or you're telling me the truth. And so I started, as time went on, I started being okay if she never came back.
When?
That's why I started feeling that. Like
a month later?
Yeah, 2 months later.
No,
it took about 2 months. Yeah,
2 months. You were like, I'm over it.
No, I didn't say I'm over it. I said I was okay if it didn't happen, meaning that I had to hold Jacqueline with a fist, with hands out, not like this, not like holding on for dear life, but I had to be like this, and like if you bring her back, then I know she's mine.
But you say you thought about me like every day.
Yeah, I thought about you every day. I couldn't get you in my head. That was part of the problem. I was praying like, Lord, get this girl out of my head. Like, I don't want to think about her. Like, I mean, she's saying these things. She ain't worth it. But no, I knew she was. But
Frederick's funny because he has like the super side. He's super, super kind, and if you ever get a chance to meet him in person, you'll just know you get this warmth from him. But man, if he's like had it, there are some moments where I would see you again, and I'm like, he's just cold. He just being cold.
Hey, she got to get that shoulder. I mean, she pushing me off all the time.
You know what was really cold?
What?
And it's like, that's what you would say, but what really got me was like, when we ended up meeting again, the thing is, we went to the same church.
And we had the same...
In the same activity.
And we had a same like friend circle kind of thing too that was hanging out. So we couldn't avoid each other. Even though we tried. Like, there were times where we show up to some event and I'm walking out the bathroom and she's going to the bathroom. And there was one specific time, at the same time we meet, I'm coming out, she's going in. And to make it even worse, we were kind of dressed in almost like a similar denim outfit.
Oh my gosh, we were.
Yes, this is
our fashion choices were in alignment.
Trippy. Yeah.
There was a lot of those moments. Yeah. Even like a friend would say, hey, text me, come sit with me. And then text Frederick also, come sit with me. And then we'd be sitting next to each other.
And there would be the only 2 chairs left would be the 2 next to each other. Like, y'all are trying, like, I see what y'all are trying to do right now.
What was so cool during this, and like, maybe this is all the deep parts of it all is another video.
Yeah.
Was just that even though I had family that wasn't for it, the people I was doing life with, walking with, and closely in friendship with, and work and serving, like, they were not in agreement with me, meaning like of my breakup. So all of my girlfriends did not agree I made the right decision. I even had a girlfriend who literally never says anything like she would never oppose her opinion on you, cried one day and was like, you are making the worst decision of your life, Jacqueline. The amount of friends that had dreams about us, it was crazy. Like, the Lord was speaking so clearly through people's visions and dreams and words that it really was a season for me to hear God's voice for myself.
We were broken up, and the beauty of it was that we started seeing each other in a different light. Some time passed, and we started kind of like talking more and exchanging more text messages, and started it was almost like we were trying to see if the other person was still into you, or like if there's still a chance. And we decided we started texting more, and
we had a lot of conversations at church in the parking lot.
For sure. Yeah, well, we had a lot of conversations.
A lot of like
catching up, like, how are you? How are things? Or, like deep chats. And
let's get real. My heart never left.
Yeah.
I was forcing myself to get over him. And what's so beautiful is, we could take a step and to find out. And if it's God's will, like, it will come back. What I honestly was thinking about Frederick as time was going on was he's moving on.
Yeah.
Like, because, like, when we were in a group and you introduced, like, he's like, oh, it's my friend Jacqueline. And I'm like...
How does it feel when you hear me introduce you? Like, this is my friend, Jacqueline.
It hurt so bad. I was like, I don't want to be your friend. So I'm mad at the world. I'm like feeling control, but not realizing I have control. I can face my fears and I can go forward in this relationship. Like, I literally felt like something was controlling me and I couldn't make my own choices. I knew you still liked me, but I was like, he's going to slip away. And I remember a time when I heard the Lord very clearly was like, Jacqueline, I am presenting this to you. Like, this is an option. I am giving you this is a choice. And let me just say, it will be the greatest adventure of your life. And he said, but there is a time limit on it. Boom. Meaning, I'm not going to hold Frederick in this situation for much longer. And he will move on and he will date someone else. I was hearing the Lord for myself. I was getting vision for the future, for Frederick and I's life. And I'm like, I have got to face this fear and take the risk of losing approval from my family and moving forward, whether there's a storm ahead or not. Because if someone is your future, if we're clinging to a man and a woman that are clinging together in marriage, that is their new family. We're like, you invited me to a wedding.
Yeah, I invited her to a wedding, a friend's wedding, and she said yes. Wedding. I was just throwing out a little life preserver her way.
Also, this was like a 6-month span. So we were broken up for 6 months. So we can't even get into all that.
That's half a year, guys. Yeah, so
5 to 6 months.
No, it was 6 months. Okay. Trust me, 6 months. I know.
Okay.
I kept tab. I count every day.
Yeah, count. Yeah, he still counts.
Oh,
He still counts.
But yeah, so I invited her to her wedding, and then we came. We had fun. Like, we were just as friends, just hanging out and just dance. There was no kiss at the end.
No.
There was none of that stuff. Like, we truly kept it as friends, and and then
But we danced.
Very
slowly.
Just like that. Exactly like that. The craziest thing was that maybe a couple weeks after that, as we were getting closer to that 6 months time, I know you guys are wondering what set it off that got us back rolling into the let's get back together thing. So the craziest thing is that it was something that I did. So I just have to tell you all next time.
We're gonna tell you next.
We'll tell y'all next video. That's another one for another video.
Another video. We'll see how we got back together. All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Hope you enjoyed this video.
As always,
this story. There's so much to tell, so I feel like I never have enough time with you guys.
Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. All y'all that just joined along with us and binge watch the other videos, thank you. We see you, and
we see you literally.
We love you.
We love you.
And there's gonna be more videos coming your way.
Yeah. There's some more videos.
There's some more videos coming there?
There's some more videos. Okay, thanks for joining. Adios.
Bye.
But we danced.
Very
slowly.
just like that.